What's up guys? Jake Thompson here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're doing a makeover. It's a fellow hairdresser. Man, I love cutting a hairdresser's hair. So stay tuned guys. It's classic, it's timeless, it's modern, it's sexy, it's now, it's current. Check it out, it's coming right up. What's up everybody? Welcome back. We're doing a makeover today. Man, we're working on somebody live. Yeah, she's actually kind of pretty too. So I better not mess this one up. It's gonna be awesome. Gonna be cutting some hair off. Oh yeah. This is actually kind of fun because I'm actually working on a hairdresser, a very well-established hairdresser, a hairdresser I work with. Her name is Kate. You know, say hi.
Hi guys, I'm excited.
It's gonna be awesome. Working on a hairdresser, it's kind of funny because hairdressers don't really care, but they really kind of do care. You know what?
Accurate.
It's like they're like, just cut my hair, because 9 times out of 10, it's probably been maybe between 6 to 9, not weeks, maybe months since their last haircut. They might get it cut like maybe every couple years. That's usually how I am, and I'm gonna assume that's kind of how Kate is, but I don't know. You know, we didn't really go into her history. So what we're gonna be doing, guys, we're gonna be cutting off some hair. Now, she's got long hair, she's got beautiful hair, it's a beautiful color, and we're gonna be cutting it up to about this-ish area right through here. And we're gonna be going for something really kind of loose, not super structured. We're gonna open up her face because she has such a beautiful face. But we're also gonna be doing a lot of interior movement. And you've seen in some of my previous videos where I do this. So I'm gonna be showing you guys on a live video, actually, I'm sorry, not live video, on a live model, how we achieve this. So let's just get started, guys. All right guys, so one of the things when I first wanted to actually start sectioning is I really just wanted to get the main bulk of the hair out of the way. So we just got that top half taken care of, and I went from her recession all the way down to right above the occipital and all the way up to the other side of her recession over there. So what we're gonna do is we're really mainly just gonna start by getting rid of some of this length. Then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna start to work in the interior here. All right guys, so when you actually, one of the things when you're dealing with somebody that's got a lot of hair, one of the things you want to keep in mind is that if you don't remove enough weight like underneath, you're going to have hair that kind of triangles out. And everybody that's had kind of like an amateurish kind of haircut, if they don't remove that interior weight, it just looks very amateur. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to remove some of this weight underneath. Now what this is going to do is this is going to help create some of this interior movement. Now what I like to do is I'm going to take a vertical section like so, and I'm going to take this out just like that, and I'm going to bring my scissors in, and you're going to see my blade coming in. You're going to see it on the opposite side. You can see it down through there, and we're just going to shape this out just a little bit, just like that. Okay? You're almost just gonna kind of open and close, just like that. And you're going to create this short hair right through there. And this is really just going to help us kind of have that movement underneath, right? So now that weight is gonna be shifted from this area and you're gonna have this movement on this inside, okay? Now take a vertical section, just like so, and you wanna come in and you wanna put your scissors just like that, and you wanna just talk with it out just like that. The really, really cool thing about this is that this will also make it, because the shorter that you cut your hair, the thicker that it's going to get. Now, if you have thick hair, that can be a problem because it can really become just almost too bulbous. If you have thinner hair, that can be really good, and you're probably not you're not gonna want to do this, okay? Or you're gonna wanna do this in a very light fashion. So it all really depends on what kind of texture that you do have. And as you start to look at this, guys, you can start to see some of that cool S pattern, and it's actually going to encourage some of Kate's wave or curl coming through. So that's a really cool thing. I'm not even trying, you know what I mean? Like when you don't have to try to do something and it just happens, man, I mean, that's a skilled thing. And I'm not even gonna say what I just did, because, you know, we're gonna keep this channel PG. We're not gonna go R-rated with it, PG, okay? We're not doing Jake after hours. This is Jake, you know, business hours, 9 to 5, okay? Okay. A lot of times when I'm cutting just extreme lengths like this, I'll go through and just cut that off like I did, but then I'll go through and just really refine it. We're gonna be doing a lot of cutting dry, and so then I'm gonna go in and refine that line even more. So I'll probably do half of my haircut when it's wet, half of it when it's dry, because when I'm cutting off a lot of length like this, I really just wanna make sure that the detail when it's dry is super, super important to me. And you can even see this top length is still just a little bit longer than the bottom. Not a lot, but just a little bit longer than the bottom. And that's okay because of what we're gonna do when it's dry. And I'm going rather deep with my point cut because I want it to have like a looseness at the bottom. That is extremely important. All right, guys, so now what we wanna do is we actually wanna remove some of that bulk throughout that top area as well. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna be taking these vertical sections like this. Now, instead of cutting to where I'm actually gonna be cutting this way, we're still gonna be cutting out like that, okay? So we're gonna come in and you can see that, and as we just kind of start to chew up to that point, we're taking out just a little bit of that bulk. And if you wanna really, really think about this, it's almost kind of creating this shape like you would like a Christmas tree. And so you're going from short to long, and you're going from short to long, and you're taking out some of that bulk on the inside, which is gonna help create that volume and lift up in this area and kind of loosen up this length through that bottom area. And again, we're not going super, super heavy with this. You know, it's a very light movement. We're not gonna manhandle this. You wanna keep it fairly steep looking. You don't want the grade to be on a very shallow angle. You want to just keep it on a vertical angle. If you were to go like that, there would just be way too much gap in between there. You want it to be fairly seamless. That is super, super important. And her having a natural wave in there, this is, like I said before, this is gonna help to encourage some of that wave coming out. And when she does blow it out smoother, she's gonna have more volume and lift. And nobody really wants their hair flat to their head, you know. Even if you want it really smooth and flat, you're still gonna want a little bit of lift. So you check out how cool this is already looking right now. This is looking super amazing. It's gonna be a new, fresh, and this is probably gonna be the definition of a lob, a long bob, a long Robert. Is it a Robert or is it a bob? That's the question. I had that question in last week's video. Check it out. I'm gonna link that right over here. All right, guys, so now when you actually get done drying this, what we want to really do now, which is super, super important, I even said this before, because again, it's looking fabulous right now, but we want to take it from ordinary to extraordinary. Now, I'm going to be taking a mohawk section right through this front area. Now, this is where I really want to kind of open this up, and we're going to be doing this same kind of cutting technique throughout the top, and this is what's going to help kind of transition or change the amount of volume that she gets right through that top area, but it actually loosens up that actual bottom area. And you can start to see as some of these sections are really kind of starting to fall right through here. And as I open this up right through this top area, we're even going to open up something like right around the front area. Now let me just kind of show you what I just went through to cut. If I go in through here and I start to back comb, you're gonna start to see all of this hair kind of like move closer to the scalp area because we've cut those short portions in there. So, and now with those short portions, they're not gonna be short enough to where they stick up. When she goes to transition and move her hair from like left to right, she's going to have this really cool movement that is going to help create and give this really cool amount of volume. And you can kind of see how that's working. You can see that movement through this area, which is really, really pretty rad. And the cool thing about that is that, so instead of actually going in and traditionally layering right through that top area, you can have that really cool movement. Because again, if she transfers her hair from one side to the other, she'll have this really cool amount of volume. And she's kind of a flipper. You know, in the salon, she's walking by, she kind of comes in as a hot mess, but she'll start flipping her hair and then she'll probably pull it up throughout the day. But she's kind of one of those, which is great. So this technique is gonna work really, really well for her. And I'm gonna take another section that is gonna be, it's gonna mirror this section right through here. I'm gonna take this up, just like that, and we're gonna start to just open up some of that hair right through there. And again, I'm going very soft with it. I'm not gonna manhandle this section, but we're going to just kind of open that up right through there. And then when you take out that weight, it's actually gonna make it a lot easier for her to dry, which is another bonus. Because if you don't take out enough weight and somebody's got enough hair for a small village, you know what I mean? You're actually gonna be causing them more time when it comes down to drying their hair. And a lot of times when I'm working with my clients, I want them to have less time doing their hair and still get the benefit of their hair looking amazing, like they spent a lot of time on their hair. And once she actually has like some texture in there and she wears it a little bit more with like some wave, it's gonna look really, really rad. Now the other thing which is super important is that we wanna kind of open up this front area just a little bit. And when I do this, we're gonna take a section right around the hairline and I'm actually gonna work this forward and I'm gonna do this same kind of thing right through this area. And as you push this hair, you bring this forward instead of up, right? Now you're actually gonna be creating some nice lines right around the front. As we start to cut, you wanna make sure that you are refining the dry hair, because when you're refining the dry hair, what you're gonna notice is that it looks beautiful as it is right now, but one of the things is that you want to really open up that space. And I know I've repeat myself over and over again, but if you don't open up the space like I am, where I'm actually holding this hair up and I'm cutting at this angle, and you can see how I'm cutting open, when you go to shake that hair, you're going to have so much more movement. I hope you guys enjoyed today's content. I enjoyed cutting the hair. I always love working on a live model. You know what? If you guys aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, comment, like, give me some love. You know how I like love. Coming from Salt Lake City, Utah, Lunatic Fringe, South Temple, my name is Jake Thompson Hair. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys in the next video.